Chad Ochocinco addressed the ongoing concern for player safety in a letter to Roger Goodell, posted on Chad's website, OCNNreport.com, saying this, quote, "You all do a darn near perfect job portraying this game as one played by heroes. But let's be real, Dad. This is a nasty, dirty, and violent game with consequences. Sign up or go get a regular job. Watch it or turn off the TV and go fishing with your kids. It is really that simple. I know there are probably legal and financial implications that prevent this blunt depiction, but I am not sure if you have a choice. If you don't say it now, the mounting evidence being revealed publicly will say it for you very soon." All right, guys. Smart or dumb, Chad Ochocinco writing this letter to Dad, the Commissioner, Roger Goodell.
Stephen A., this was, I need me some attention, dumb. Big dumb. Double jeopardy dumb, because I think Chad has missed the boat here. He's going to lose on both fronts. He's going to lose with his peers, the players, and he's going to lose with the commissioner. And in this case, I want to point out, we've had a long parade of players who've sat over there, who've all made it clear they're not happy with this commissioner. They didn't get any happier through the lockout, and they don't like the new sheriff and the harsh penalties that he's meted out. And here's Chad calling him Dad. So they won't like that. He's going to lose ground with a lot of his peers. And then he turns right around and he says, Commish, we got to fess up here. We got to own up and bring it into the spotlight. This is a nasty, dirty, violent game. Well, the commissioner is not going to like him saying that, because the commissioner doesn't want to acknowledge that and make that the thrust of his offseason. Like, you got me, Chad. You're right. It's a nasty, violent game. I mean, that's not what the commissioner wants to acknowledge right now. So show me where it helped Chad at all, because I think he double lost here.
Very difficult subject for me to address. Because I'm losing more and more respect for Chad Ochocinco by the day. I think he's relegating himself, or he's regressing to the realms of embarrassing. We don't want to hear from you. It doesn't matter what you say, because you're not doing anything. 15 receptions, 276 yards, playing with Tom Brady. Arguably the greatest quarterback of our generation, one of the great quarterbacks of our time, a three-time Super Bowl
You're acknowledging
champion.
that?
Of course.
Wow.
What I'm saying is, when you look at Tom Brady's resume, the fact that you had your worst season playing for him, and the residue of your ineptitude as a wide receiver in the NFL points to a lack of understanding of plays in the playbook. This is not good. When you display the kind of quotes that he displayed, it points to a lack of focus. It points to you not having your priorities in order. And last but not least, it points to exactly what my man Skip Bayless just said, attention grabbing. Except, unlike years in the past, we're not buying it now. We're not buying it because you've given us no reason to buy the games you play in, because you're not performing. And that's what's at the heart of this. Chad Ochocinco, I genuinely like as a person.
So do I.
I have been on the record completely disgusted that his popularity has regressed so much.
He plays everything he sets aside.
Woman is more popular than him with her reality TV show. That's just fact. We need to be real here. It's fact. I'm not disrespecting her. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. I have no issues with her, and I have no issue with him for his selection, because I hear him. But the point is, from a football perspective, he is almost irrelevant. And now we've gotten into the realms of laughable because of the statements that he gives. We hear about him on Twitter. We hear from him on email. Last time I checked, you're a football player. How come we're not hearing about you on the football field? If I don't hear about...
Why didn't he have a big catch in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, whatever. The point is, don't make fun because it ain't funny. It really isn't, because it's that sad. It's that sad. We're not hearing from T.O. You know why we're not hearing from T.O.? Because T.O. was hurt. Now, granted, we might not like the other stuff that we're hearing, but at least he's hurt. You are healthy. They're just saying you can't play. because you don't have an understanding of the play. But in other words, they're questioning your football IQ. But you got time to do this? It's embarrassing. I want Chad Ochocinco to get back on the field. I want him to look Bill Belichick in the face. I want him to look Mr. Kraft in the face, one of the prestige organizations in the NFL, and I want him to sit there and say, I haven't been in any trouble. I know how to act like I have some sense. I'm a decent man. I don't act a fool or anything like that. I'm a professional. Excuse me, let me be me. Because he changed and let them take his mojo away from him. And he's basically rendered himself impotent. It's embarrassing. And so I see a quote like this, and it really, really gets to me because I watch a guy that has been stripped of everything that made him a great football player to the point where we have almost forgotten that he's playing football, and the only reason we remember is because of nonsense like this.
Okay, now I got to defend my frenemy, Chad, on one
Please,
point.
go ahead.
She is not bigger than he is. I'm sorry. Let's not go that far.
Really?
Well, just on Twitter alone, what's he got, like 6,000 followers? No, not yet. Not yet.
She's coming.
She might be coming. I can't disagree with that because he's going in New England because he's about 12th on the receiver depth chart because they've signed about 7 already this offseason. But in the big picture, I disagree with your whole point about, I told you about leaving Ochocinco behind the alter ego. That's what I asked him to do. I advised him to do that. But
you're not disagreeing with me, Skip. You spoke about this the other day. You didn't disagree with me. You blamed yourself. You didn't sit there and say that I was wrong. What you said was you coaxed him to doing it, into doing it.
I did
That's different.
because he wouldn't have lasted a day being Ochocinco.
But what I'm saying, Skip, is this. That might have been the case if he walked through the door that way. But if they got to know the man that, I've known or met rather on many occasions that you've sat across from the table from, Tad Ochocinco, you can't help but love the guy. He's not a bad guy.
You know what I'm
saying? And it's like, why did you change you? What made you successful? He let them steal his mojo.
Bottom line, this letter, it's almost like a job application to me. I don't think he has any future in New England. I don't see it. Look at the people they signed and look at the people they have at the tight end wide receiver position because they're all like wide receivers. And remember, Welker's going to be back. He's going to be re-signed. So in the end, I think Chad sees the handwriting on the locker room wall in New England and he's saying, world, remember, I'm going to have a big year next year. Somebody please give me a shot.
No, I think it was a huge mistake for him to go there in the first place
because
of the mojo that you're talking about.
I didn't get that. I hope you're right, and I root for him. I'm rooting for him, but that's why I'm mad that he did this.